What is up, everyone? This is Rob the Vapor, and today we have a little bit of a different product than what we are used to over on this channel, and this is a starter kit. I want to start covering more starter kits, and hopefully good quality starter kits, and this is exactly good quality and a starter kit. So this was supplied to me by the guys over at Vapefish. They reached out to me on Twitter and said they wanted to send me this for review, so I obliged. It would be rude of me not to. And this is the Emili. So this Emili comes as a dual e-cig starter kit with a rechargeable case, which is charging right now. And it is £40. So I will link Vapefish down in the description so you guys can check this out if you want to buy it. They also do the replaceable heads and stuff. I think that's all under eBay shop. Their website needs a little bit of work. There's no links and stuff. Vapefish, sort yourselves out, yo. But this performs really well. So this is a bottom fed clarimizer, much similar to the Kangers or the Nautilus. They all have the bottom fed replaceable coil head, and it's on top of a little 100 mAh battery, and it is tiny. It is literally the size of a cigarette, maybe a little bit bigger, but maybe by half or quarter of an inch. It is a tiny little unit. You can hold it like a cigarette if you wish. And these little bottom coils feed the juice really well, or the juice gets fed into it really well, and you will never get a dry hit. So the battery lasts about maybe an hour of chain vaping. That's like constant. And so in my philosophy, there's no such thing as a bad vape product as long as it performs and does its job well. And this does perform and do its job well. You will not get a dry hit. You won't get much liquid spit back, and the batteries do as advertised. So yeah, chain vaping lasts about an hour. It takes the case about an hour to charge one of these units. So by the time you've ran down one battery, your other battery will be good to go. And when I first seen this unit, I immediately thought like either people who work in like say an office who want to just vape on smoke breaks or whatever, and B, women. I mean, it's a perfect sized unit for taking in your handbag or purse. I don't have my purse with me today, so I can't demonstrate that. But you know, it's the same size as say my HTC One. My HTC One is actually much bigger. So, you know, that's an idea of the size of it. So with size, you make sacrifices such as the mAh of the battery and the capacity of the e-liquid. You know, you will have to refill this maybe every hour, possibly. But yeah, it just works, you know. So for a small ciggle, like, this is probably one of the best experiences you're going to get. And it does have replaceable coils, so I'll show you guys that right now. So if you want to take off the coil, you just unscrew like so. There's your battery. Here's your replaceable coil, and here is your clarimizer that holds the liquid. So now, if we are going to show you guys how this holds liquid, or how it fills up, I'll give you a little demonstration right now. Okay, so we got the unit here. You guys can see that. And let's get some e-liquid. Let's use this stuff here. So this is some Vapefish liquid. They do sell liquid, and the starter kit comes with 2 bottles of e-liquid, and it retails for about 40 sterling, so it's not a bad deal, you know. Okay, so here we go. E-liquid in, fill. Now, the main thing that you want to avoid when filling a clarimizer like this is getting it into that center chamber, because that's your mouthpiece. You do not want to get it into the mouthpiece, because obviously the liquid will run everywhere, so you don't want to do that. That is no bueno. So yeah, works as advertised. You know, there's not much I can knock it for, this little unit, because it is a cig-alike, and cig-alikes have a certain market share, because there is people out there who want something that's like a cigarette. And yeah, for that it works perfectly, and it's nifty, so let's give it a whirl. So yeah, that's the Emili starter kit, guys. So the way that the charger case works is you simply just slot your e-cig in, like so. So there they are sitting, they're charging right now. So then you would turn it, and you've got your indicator lights. Orange means that the batteries are charging. Green means that the case is on and charging. Here is your USB port. And then here's your on and off switch. So if you turn that off, no charge. Turn it on. There we go. It's going to charge. This also features safety shut off. So once the battery is fully charged, the case will no longer charge. It will stop charging. So it does pretty much everything that you would want it to do right off the bat. It takes about 4 hours for this case to fully charge, and maybe 5 hours with the 2 e-cigs in it charging as well. But the case should last you throughout the day, as well as the fact that you've got vaping all day. So I mean, that's a pretty nice sacrifice. And it really ain't bad for a little tiny unit. For a tiny unit. It's so small. Like, compared it to my mod and my e-cig, it's so small. It is tiny. It is freaking tiny. But, you know, there's a market for all these things. So if you want size and a tight draw, something that's like a cigarette, this is probably the closest that you are going to get. If you want something that produces lots of vapor, I suggest you use something like this. But there's different markets for all these different products. And that's the important thing to remember. There is no such thing as a bad vape product as long as it works as intended. And this is your cig-alike. This is your Emili, and it works as intended. And yeah, it's just really good. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. I think I've covered all the bases, how to fill it, how to do whatever. Of course, if I miss out on anything, you guys just drop me a line and ask me the question, and I will quickly respond. But it's a great unit, very easy to use. The instruction manual is very clear, explains absolutely everything that you need straight away. There's no sort of difficult instructions. Replacement coil heads can be found at Vapefish's eBay shop, like I said, hopefully on their website soon if they sort their shit out, yo. I'm joking. But all of that stuff is irrelevant. It's whether this thing vapes right is the thing, and it does. So if you know someone out there, guys, who is after an e-cig unit that charges, that's good for on the go, that's a lot like a cigarette, the Emili is the product for them. And I have to say, I'm a fan. Will I use it after this review? Probably not, because it's not to my tastes. But just because it's not to my tastes doesn't mean someone else might like it. For example, my mom loves this thing, so she'll be getting this. And you should also check out their e-liquids. They do a good range of e-liquids. They do all the good starter stuff that you would want, all the good tobaccos, and it's quite nice. I've had it in my Emili, and it works well in the Emili. It's a bit too PG heavy for my liking. It's 70 PG, 30 VG, which is a bit too much PG for my tastes. I prefer VG, which is thicker. Probably wouldn't perform as well in the Emili though, so you know, it is what it is. But anyway, guys, I've been Rob the Vapor. This was the Emili starter kit, e-cig starter kit. Woo. Hope you enjoyed this review, and ask me any questions if you have any. Bye bye. Haters catch the vapors. I'll see y'all later.